Hey there, guys. So this was some of last week's training. The videos are stitched together in no particular order. So yeah, don't think this is Monday. This was actually the Friday. So training as a whole is going well. The overhead press, the one arm press, the reps, they're going north. Hit 17 each side, which is really, really good. Going to bring that up towards the 20 rep mark, and once I'm there, I know I'm in a really strong position in terms of upper body, strength, endurance, as well as core and holding position. So that is when I can really start to kick off a proper training block and plan everything out. Being at 17 reps already, I'm really happy with that. So it's not going to take too long to get up towards the 20 rep mark. Then the other thing that I'm trying to bring up is my traditional squat. If you guys have been following for quite a while, you'll know that I normally stick to front squats. It's just my preferred squatting method. And that's just because I can work the core and, quads to a greater extent as opposed to just having the lower back fatigue on me and being able to grind out heavy reps with the traditional back squat. Because, the more reps you can grind out with poor form, the quicker you're going to get hurt. Front squats force me to stay upright, so my technique, it's really quite good and I don't hold the bar. So if I do get lazy and tilt forward, I lose the bar, which is like a built-in safety mechanism in terms of protecting, the lower back, and, I can't grind out the reps. So that's where I stand on that movement. And, you'll see in this video, squats I hit 220 kilos for a set of 4 paused. This week, obviously, I've taken the reps up, which is great, but, sticking with last week, that's where I was at, and the reps are going to start coming back quite quickly, as well as the weight that I'm using. If you take a break from doing a lift, there's always that period of time where you sort of need to relearn that movement pattern. Not the same extent as as if you'd never squatted, but it doesn't feel as efficient as it used to be. On the flip side, because I've been training in general and getting stronger in general, my base, when I actually get conditioned back to that lift, is going to be higher because I've just got stronger. That's all it is. So, heavy singles and things like that, that's an actual skill, and I'm a little bit unconditioned on the skill at this point in time. So I'm bringing that back into the equation. Pull-ups, at the moment, the reps have sort of gone backwards because I'm squatting heavy on a Monday, and that's just causing a lot of, fatigue, which is impacting the pull-ups on the Tuesday. So Monday, I normally do my heavy bench, and then I'm doing the heavy squats. Tuesday, I wake up and, I can tell I've worked the day before. Everything's sore, but in a positive way, but I feel fatigued, I feel tired, and ideally, I'd like to have it as a rest day. But, one of my mates comes over and we train, so that's where I put all my lighter accessory movements. And at the moment, it feels sort of like I'm just going through the motions in order to stop progress going backwards. I know if I get a day, say for instance, if I was to do them on a Friday, I'd be really fresh, and I'm sure the reps will be a lot higher. There's no way that I would have dropped, 7 reps in a week. It just doesn't happen. If you're tired and fatigued, that's where the drop's going to occur. You're not going to have that drop just, based off pure loss of strength. So, I ignore certain things, and I can, just look at my training in a broader scope and not have to worry about why certain exercises have gone down. Like, I know firsthand why they've gone down. And same rings true. Like, if I was to do my heavy squats on a Wednesday, Thursday I was trying to do my overhead press, and sometimes, my left shoulder, it was too cooked from holding the bar in the right position. Didn't quite have that mobility, and sometimes I'd only hit 8 reps, which was really frustrating. Whereas, if there was a day or two break between squats and doing overhead press, my reps are always up in that 15 plus range. Now, I'm hitting 17 reps. I'm just, spreading the overhead press onto a Friday as opposed to having it on the Thursday with the squats on the Wednesday. So I'm just, changing my training program, putting all the things into place so I can have a successful run into this competition block. And I'm just, prepping my body so that I'm in a good position so I can really start the comp prep. So you could call this, pre-competition prep if you want. And just getting there. Bench, it's feeling a little bit rusty at the moment. The weight's feeling quite heavy in the hands. So I need to just go back to doing some rack holds, mucking around a little bit with a bit more of the tricep work and rear delts that, drop by the wayside while I get this program restructure going. But once that's sorted, then I'll start bringing them back in. It's not hard to bring them back in, but in terms of total recovery, what I'm trying to do, certain things have to take a back seat at times. The other one I need to be a lot more stricter on and really get into a better habit is religiously doing curls of some sort, whether they're bicep curls, hammer curls, barbell curls, whatever it is. I just really need to start getting to the habit of having them really quite structured. I am getting them done now, but not as frequently as I wish. So just trying to pack training around life at this point in time. But at least I know Mondays, bench press and squats, that's serving me well. Deadlifts are going to have to go on the Friday, and that's going to come more in the form of speed work because I'm going to have to throw the stones in somewhere on a Wednesday or Thursday at this point in time. But just videoing what I'm doing, keeping you guys in the loop. After my heavy bench as well, I'm just doing some speed work on bench. Let's just keep the movement moving nice and quick, and it's nice to leave the movement pattern in a good state because next time I come into bench, everything moves nice and well. The last thing, if I finish just doing, heavy triples, the last thing it remembers is, grinding out heavy hard reps. And that just slows your movement down. So I'd rather have the reps nice and quick, moving well. And that way, I'm not as fatigued under the weight, not spending as much time under tension. And I generate more of that explosive power off the chest. So just factoring that all in. And this was just a few of the warm-ups from the Friday session. So when I warm up, I just start with 26 kilos and I just add 10 kilos each time. It doesn't really take much to warm up, and I just play around with the movement and gives me a really good chance to suss out how, everything's feeling. The one arm press, it hits shoulders really hard, but also works the triceps quite well. It's not the longest range of motion, but it's very efficient for what I need for the bench press. And it hits the core in a way that's very unique. So that carries across greatly to my squats, my stone lifting, deadlifting, just anything in general where you have to pick stuff up. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. Otherwise, have a great day wherever you are.